lot of good players on that team, so I'm looking forward to that. See how we stacked up against them.
Sorry, I know you're Southern California, and that's up in NorCal, but did they recruit you at all?
I think when I first got my offer from SC, the freshmen, they were talking to me a little bit. They wanted me to visit, but like I didn't see myself going to NorCal. But I know they're a very well coached and disciplined team, and it's gonna be interesting to see how we match up against them.
Which guys on that team do you know? You said you know a couple.
Trayvon Beck. I know he went to Bosco. I remember watching him when I was younger, and then watching him played him at 7-on-7. Their quarterback Chase Garbers played against him at 7-on-7. I forgot what team he played for, but I want to say it was like, I don't know, but I know I played against a few of them. And 7-on-7, and Trayvon Beck went to Bosco. Yeah, I said that. But I know they know of me or know me. One of their receivers, Nico, played against him when he was at Modern Day. Good kid, good athlete. I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Obviously, you've watched film on them by now, and they're coming in here with a secondary. They got a nickname for their secondary and all that good stuff. Just your thoughts on what you're seeing out of their safeties?
No, they're good. They're fast. Got a lot of good change of direction. Their interior D line's they're smart, and they're not very athletic, but they're smart, so that makes up for a lot of it. And that's something that we're gonna have to take advantage of.
A lot of people seem to think that the early start here and the 2 time zones will be an advantage for you guys. What do you think? What effect might that have with kids from California?
I want to talk about advantage. Last year, 2 years ago, they say they have the advantage. They still beat us. So it's not. It's gonna be hot. That's about it. I don't know if the time's really gonna matter, but it's gonna be a good game.
They're known for throwing a lot of different looks at offenses, trying to kind of confuse quarterbacks a little bit. Do you see on film them doing more of that than maybe what you've seen from some other teams?
Yeah, they give a lot of everything. And that's something we're going. Me and the receivers are going to have a good job of picking up.
The answer might be there isn't one, but from your perspective, what's the difference between an athlete from California and maybe somebody from down south?
No, I wouldn't necessarily say there's a difference. It's just. They're from California. They're used to the California lifestyle. They're not used to Mississippi heat, the weather, the humidity. They're not, the time zone's different, as you guys said, if that's an excuse. But, I would say there's a difference, just what we're used to.
You said you didn't envision yourself going to Northern California and recruiting. Was that because of the football opportunity? Is it a culture thing?
No, I just didn't want to go to NorCal. I was already been in California my whole life. I didn't want to stay. So, if I would have stayed home in SoCal. So.
Sorry, you bring up the heat. You've obviously played a lot of football in the state of California. You've played a lot of football in Mississippi.
I'm not gonna lie, that's different. It's different from a cool 75 every day, a little overcast, to being out here at 6 a.m. when it's 80 degrees in the morning, 6 in the morning, and running in it, and then later at 2 o'clock when you got practice, it's even hotter. So there's a big difference, and that's something that. It could be an advantage, but, at the end of the day, they're going to have to put the football down and play.
Aside from running, can you sense Jerrion and Snoop kind of getting more comfortable with pass blocking and some of the other things that come with playing running back on sports?
They've never had a problem doing that type of stuff. It's just them getting better at it. And when that time comes to where they need to make that key block and they keep getting it over and over, I feel like that gives them more confidence in when it happens again. So, they haven't struggled with it, but in practice they do a lot of I know Coach Nick works them through a lot of pass pro, so I know they'll be ready for when it comes.
What is your role in running in this offense? How much are you called on for that? What kind of freedom?
If it's open, take it. I'm not going to be scared to run. If it's like Richard tells me, if it's a made call for the quarterback and it's one of the reads and I have it, you're going to take it. And I'm not going to just force the football because I don't want to run, or I'm not going to force a run because I don't want to throw the football. So it's pretty much what's open, take it.
Rich has talked to us a little bit in the last couple of weeks about wanting you to play within the system a little bit more. What does that mean to you?
Just pretty much make it a check, saying, we have a play over here, and I go backside and give them whatever, give them a slant or a go or a hitch or whatever, and I'm not looking at what he called over here. So it's like stuff like that, or if I just check out of it, which is not necessarily the thing to do unless they give us a certain look. So.
He's also talked about the importance of kind of getting another one of these receivers coming along. Elijah's obviously been a huge part of the offense none of the other guys have anything resembling those numbers. Do you sense that coming along?
Yeah, I mean, I know Coach Peeler's been pressing them about doing the right things and making sure they do those every single play, and just really working them in practice and when we go good on good and scout. So I mean, just getting the ball in their hands at the right time is when the time to work it, and I feel like we've done a good job of that.
Along those lines, Braylon looked like he's back at practice. If he is able to go, how much of a difference does that make just having an older guy?
It's just another receiver that I trust out there. It's just me and Braylon have the on and off the field chemistry. We hang out a lot, and that's my brother right there. So I trust him, and it's just him getting reps and him getting back in shape because I know he hasn't been out there in a while. So.
Were you seeing the field better Saturday? You threw to 10 different receivers. Were you going through more progressions, or what was more comfortable, or what was happening with you?
No, I feel like we just used different personnel. We used all types of different personnel and ran plays, but it just used different people. So I mean, it wasn't necessarily I'm doing this on purpose. It just so happened to be that this guy's out there. So I wasn't trying to do that, but it is now.
How about your level of comfortability? I mean, you got 3 games on your belt to start it.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, season's going by fast. Started 3 games in, almost 4. But I mean, I started feeling comfortable really after Arkansas and being comfortable in that game environment when we go on the field. And it's like, okay, we're here. It's just like practice. They move a little faster because, that's their starting D, and it doesn't feel. They say it feels different when you're out there on the field, which like when it's your first time, obviously it does. But when you get out there and you finally figure out what you're doing, and you have confidence in what you're doing, all that goes away. So.
Thanks, man.